Copenhagen, summer 2018. The heat wave is making people ill all across the city. Only tourists and a select few locals seem to enjoy it at this point. A leader of a criminal gang is wounded in a shooting and arrested, but it is not effective at stopping the crime wave. People are robbed even in their homes. The Pride Parade is still coming up, and by now hate groups are confirmed to be in attendance. The police are prepared. Violence is expected. There is hate in the air. Meanwhile, in the dreaming, the island of Amar is mostly silent. The earth is scorched, and the enormous form of the lady looms large. There are bones on the ground, and the rare visitor has to bow and scrape, chimera and Kithane alike. Meanwhile, the young motley is working hard to solve the case they've been given. Much information has been gathered already, but key parts elude them. The clock is ticking. An innocent man is still on trial, and while the motley knows that they have saved his life, his honor and his good name is still at risk. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Copenhagen Dreaming. We are, in fact, back for some more hijinks, and today, for the first time in a little while, we are all here, which is obviously very good news. And we do need a recap, so Chris, could you please do the honors?
Of course. Last time on Copenhagen Dreaming, we continued our investigation into not just the matter of Thomas Winter's accusations, or the matter of whether or not he was guilty of the crime he was accused of, but also investigating a deeper conspiracy that we had uncovered as a result of the investigation, which we were progressing with quite well, actually. Things took a turn for the panicky when one of our key witnesses and a slowly growing friend of the Motleys, the Puka Ratigan, mysteriously ran away from the Winter Court where he had been. He was being kept for his own safety. The circumstances were a bit strange, but we decided to see if we could follow him, and after some trial and error, we were able to follow him throughout the city. Especially, it was difficult considering that he had transformed into a rat, and so it was kind of a challenge to find one rat in a city that is, even how clean it is, probably full of them. Because, just face it, you are never more than a certain amount of distance away from a rat at any given time. But eventually we were able to track him down, and he, for some reason, decided to make his way back to Thomas's apartment, to the scene of the crime, as it were. And we couldn't easily get in there at first because Thomas's wife was still there. It was the weekend. So we contacted Felicia, and she was able to coax Thomas's wife out for a bit so we could get into the apartment and investigate. It ended with the group having to split up a bit because some of us decided to stay behind and do some investigating of some strange sounds, like speaking we heard, and actually see because something was going on, some weird magic. And the rest set to following Ratigan as he went somewhere else. Those that stayed in the apartment discovered a snippet of conversation between Thomas and the murdered Julian. We also discovered that there had been a presence in the apartment hidden away at the time of the murder. There was a sound that sounded very much like deep breathing and a bit of chuckling laughter. And the hole in the ground where the knife had gone through started bleeding strangely before the blood got sucked back into the floor. But that was all we really got out of it before we had to head off. The rest of the group of the Motley chased after Ratigan, who was making his way somewhat distressingly towards the Shadow Court in... is it Amar, you said it was?
Yes.
Again. Pronunciation of that is difficult because it's not spelt the way I'm pronouncing it.
But that was a good pronunciation.
Thank you. We were able to get to him and stop him just in time and collect the little bundle of ratty goodness up. Just to be accosted by a particularly vicious redcap of the Shadow Court. Is it Crimson, Knight of Meat City?
Yes.
A brief scuffle ensued where Jonas and Sunny both held him off temporarily to let the rest of us get away and before they followed suit. And they all made their way back towards the Winter Court, and so did those who had gone to Thomas's apartment. We didn't meet up until we got to the Winter Court, so Jasmine and Charlie never had the encounter with the Red Cap. We got there. We found that Duchess Rosenspa was available to have that meeting, and we laid out everything we had. We talked a bit more with Rattigan to find out what had happened to him, and we discovered that the geese that had affected him earlier was still on him, and Sunny was even clever enough, or at least I was clever enough, to actually work out what the trigger for the geese was. That basically someone would offer Rattigan a drink, and then when their back was turned to him in order to go and get a drink, he would then be compelled to change form and run somewhere else, most likely the Shadow Court. But we were able to stop him from doing so the second time after we tested it. So that was that sorted. We discussed what we'd learned from the investigation and from what we'd learned when we'd been taken into the dreaming, which was something that the Duchess was quite concerned by, considering the amount of power it would take. Names were dropped and events during the Resurgence War were mentioned. I believe a House Dougal Shi by the name of Ivar Kars was brought up, who was known to be a little bit overzealous in his oppression of the commoners, to understate the matter.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it.
But yes, that was... actually, no, we didn't. To be fair, my apologies, we didn't learn about that from the Duchess. We learned about that from Reinhard after we left the Duchess and went to visit him in Felicia's apartment, because headed there. I can't for the life of me remember why we went there, but we did go there.
Yep.
And we obviously found Reinhard in a hell of a state. We laid out everything we knew to him. We comforted him, obviously, for his loss, and we also laid out the fact that, yeah, you're being distressed and wanting to kill yourself is only beneficial to the bad guys, and this is all part of a big conspiracy, so please don't kill yourself, or else, we'll all have it worse off. And not just because we all love you dearly. So yes, we got that little bit of information out of him, and so we need to continue our investigation to try and defend Thomas's honor, even if his life is now, saved. And we know that the Duchess is going to the Summer Court at some point to have a very, very strong and very loud series of words with Duke Hardenberg about matters of the Resurgence War. How that will turn out, we do not know, although we have some educated guesses we can make. And I think how we decided that we were going to continue to search for... Was it that we decided we were going to continue to search for the rest of Reinhardt's team to see if they might have been influenced in some way by geese?
Yes. Because,
of course, several of them experienced strange differences in time and space, so it's likely that they were all under the influence of something, but we need to find out what that was and what the trigger is for each of them.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think that's where we are.
Okay, so what time of day is it now?
Let's say that it's the... let's say it's the following morning.
Okay, so in that case, we'll probably have left Felicia's and gone somewhere.
Yes. It was getting a bit late when you went there anyway, so let's say it's the next day.
Okay, so where would we all like to meet up, guys?
What? It's still summer vacation, right?
Yes, it's still summer vacation, but not by much. It'll be back to school soon-ish.
What about the cafe?
Right. What was it called again?
The Dream Factory. Yeah.
I mean, that seems like a pretty good meetup, hangout.
It is a very good meetup. Just wait 20 more sessions until something happens and we can't go there anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, your faith in me is astonishing.
No, it's not. It's not that. It's more the fact that we're becoming used to using it as a safe haven, and what kind of GM wouldn't take advantage?
As
But yeah,
soon
let's go
as it's
together.
open, then let's go there.
Yes.
Yeah, let's say it's about 10 o'clock, so they open. Yeah, let's do that.
Lovely. Mm-hmm. That's a good point. If it's the next day, is it still... If it's the next day now, is it now Monday, or is it still only Sunday?
I think it's Sunday. Yes, it's Sunday.
That's good. Who do we need to speak to? Actually, why don't we have some chat among the group, and I can work out who we need to go and see while we do that.
Sure. Oh, this heat. I hate it.
I don't know if it's because of my ancestors came from, or whether it's because I'm traveling. What's this? But I'm actually rather used to it.
Well, Jonas, if you have a warm cup of coffee, it actually helps.
Really?
Yeah, because then your body heats up from the inside, and then it will try to cool it down. And that will be opposite to if you drink something cold, then your body will think that you're getting cold, and then will add additional heat.
I mean, that sounds like something that could work.
It does. Let me buy a cup.
I mean, if you're offering, then sure.
Just know that you'll owe me next time, right?
Of course.
Yeah, so Agnes looks around and...
Yep. The owner is
if
behind the bar, so...
Yeah. She also looks around at the others. Anyone else?
Yes, please.
Yeah, sure.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, she's going to the bar and getting coffee for everyone.
All right. Yep. You get... you place the order, and not a problem. You will have coffee in just a moment. And in fact, he brings down a cup of coffee for everyone.
Awesome.
Thanks a lot. I owe you.
You're the only people here at this time, it should be said. You're still, you got here just as they opened, so you're the only people in the Dream Factory right now.
Excellent. Then we can talk. So, I didn't sleep particularly well, but are you guys ready for more mystery solving?
Well, we just got coffee. That's a start.
Truly,
Yeah.
we are grizzled, hard-boiled detectives, all of us.
Yes.
Do I have to wear a hat, though?
No, you can't grow any facial hair, so you have to make do.
Jonas looks offended.
That's not true. You could, maybe you can grow facial hair, but not, messy, hard-boiled stubble. It has to be beautiful, beautiful stubble.
But you could start smoking a bubble pipe and playing the violin, though.
Oh, don't ask me to play anything. I suck.
Right?
Right. Okay. We need to focus on finding the rest of the potential people under a geese, right?
Yes, so that would be all of them who experience these time lapses.
Yeah.
For lack of a better word.
Yes, it was. So Reinhard, we know, was affected. Cecil and Sarah.
You know what really fucks with my head?
Do sail.
I'm not even sure that. I mean, who knows if there even was anyone after Julian? Could have just geesed him to just, act that way.
Maybe.
I really don't like that power.
Let's just hope they don't try and use it on one of us.
Yeah, we should.
As if we would be able to tell if it hadn't already happened.
Oh, don't scare me like that.
Well, it's true. None of the others knew.
Yes, but all of them had a phone where they could track movements. Charlie, how do you automatically set your phone so you can check where you've been? Like, then we can sort of check up with each other?
Sorry, what? Charlie is fiddling with a ventilator.
No, just like how we discovered that the others were lacking time was because they had been moving in patterns and stuff. Like, could we do that to our phones so that we could sort of keep up with have we been where we think we've been?
If you haven't disabled it, it will do it automatically.
Yeah, but like an easy way to look at it. So if you get in doubt, then you can just look at it. I mean, I don't know.
To Google Maps and look at history.
Oh,
Guys,
yeah.
Yeah.
what if the phone was the keys for all the others? All of the time shit happened after they picked up the phone, right?
Yeah, every time someone called someone or spoke to someone, it sounds that way, yeah.
Possibly some of them, yes. Maybe not Citzel, because of course she spoke to someone in her hair salon before she set off, like a last customer.
Maybe we should revisit that that conversation, see if anything is skewed in any way.
Did any of you guys know that timey-wimey thing?
Tell me what thing?
Time looking.
Kronos, I think he means.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, a little.
In that case, couldn't we go to her salon and see this person that she spoke to?
Sure.
Possibly.
That would be helpful, maybe. Depends on the person we see. And if we will be able to remember him or her, because, yeah, she did talk about not really remembering because
Yeah.
the person was so darn normal.
Well, it's at least a suggestion.
Yes.
Something to go on.
Yes. Let's go there then. I mean, if it is the hair salon that Cicel owns a 7 days a week affair, or is it closed at weekends?
It is closed at weekends.
Okay.
And we can't really call her because we have her phone.
It doesn't matter. It's a salon. It got windows. We can look inside.
That's true.
That's true. That's true. We'll just have to do it on the street, I suppose.
Yeah.
Could we find out where Cecil lives and maybe go ask her if she can let us in?
That's a good idea. We need to check up on her anyways.
Yes.
And also, I don't know, are we done with the phone? Maybe she would like it back.
Oh, we still have a phone, do we? Yes. Of course.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea. So, do any of you guys know where she lives?
Not really, but
Hand me your phone. Her phone.
So if you can get into a phone, then she might have
As
put
long
a...
as you got the Google Maps things, there's always a home thing.
Yes.
So that's quite easy.
Yeah.
who's got it? Charlie?
It's right here. I'm way ahead of you. She lives at. I found it because
Yeah.
usually starts her workout tracks from there.
Ah.
Of
Yes.
course.
Excellent.
Good job.
So hope she won't mind us dropping in on her.
I mean, for all we know, she might be in trouble.
Well, there's a comforting thought.
So let's break down the door because she might be in trouble.
I mean, if Radigan ran off like that, who's to say the others didn't?
Well, let's go and check. Let's actually go and see for ourselves and find out from there.
Yeah, of course.
Speaking of Radigan, do I still have a rat in my...
Yes, yes, you do.
Okay.
He is firmly asleep inside the extra clothes that you bought for him in your bag.
He's been asleep about almost a day by now, since yesterday.
Yep. He's been awake in the meantime, but he's asleep right now.
He would have woken up in a strange place called Sunny's home.
Yes. Where he was a little confused, but you know, right now he is actually quite content to spend a good deal of time in your bag because it's safe.
He might have been chased around by a couple of ferrets.
Yeah. Well, there's the advantage of actually being able to turn into a full-size human.
Yeah, scaring the shit out of them.
Yep. Your ferrets are a little traumatized right now.
I bit it, and it turned into a human!
Yeah, they can stand to be a tad traumatized.
So, you want to go and check up on Cecil?
Yes.
All right. And well, getting there is obviously not a problem at all. That's what we have public transportation in Copenhagen for.
Yeah, that's probably quite easy.
Yep. And there are several S trains that goes directly to Lyngby where she's got her salon, and she doesn't live very far from it. That's the thing. She lives pretty close to her salon. Maybe like half a mile or something thereabouts. So close.
Yeah, and she's a satyr. She can get there in no time.
No time whatsoever. So you get there, and well, she's not. You know, she's not. The door isn't open. Let's put it that way.
Well,
it's usually nice.
Oh, that was on top of each other.
You go, AJ.
Well, it's usually also nicer to knock before you just try to open the door.
True.
Yeah, and I asked, is there like a doorbell?
There's a doorbell.
Ding dong.
There is no answer.
Ding dong, ding dong.
There is strangely no answer because you ding it more times.
Is it the type that keeps the tone? Sunny just presses and holds it.
It doesn't help. She doesn't come to open the door.
Either she partied so hard she's out cold, or she's not home.
Yeah, maybe she partied so hard that she's not home. I at least hope so.
Windows to look in, or the blinds down, or it's. Can we see into the apartment?
Yes, you can. You can look in through the windows.
Are there anyone there?
No, not that you can see, at least from where you're standing.
Would it be rude?
I think I'll burglarize it.
I was just waiting for that. I was just waiting for it.
August, I have a better idea.
What?
I have this key.
Isn't it the same thing?
No, this is an actual key. You don't have to break the lock.
I will not break it. But use your key.
Yay.
Yes.
Okay, you get in.
At least he's not precious about his burglarizing.
No,
tendencies.
but I was just waiting for him to say he was going to.
Why do you have the key to her door?
It's not just her door. It's sort of it's an old necklace, and ever since all this happened, it sort of opens regularly.
Oh, it's a treasure.
Nice.
Good old-fashioned skeleton key.
Yes, it comes in quite handy.
That's cheating.
Oh, so he is precious about it. Okay.
Sunny just grins in a cocky way. You're just very jealous it's not yours.
For now.
Oh dear.
Agnes quickly hides the
The
key in the
necklace.
necklace, like between the boobs. And
Okay, so either way, we do get in.
Yes, you do get in. And the place is, well, she isn't home. That's the thing.
Well, that's better than her lying dying on the floor.
Absolutely.
does she have Agnes goes looking for like a calendar in the kitchen? Or
Yes.
wherever you would.
There isn't one in the kitchen, but she's got a small office, and there is a calendar in there.
Agnes goes to see if there's any appointments, like where she might be today.
There is. She's noted that she is meeting up with Sarah at Sarah's
guys.
place.
Guys, I found something.
What did you find?
Well, it says in the calendar that she's at Sarah's.
Oh, we might as well.
Go there.
Yeah, might as well do both at once then.
Could everyone please roll perception plus alertness? Actually,
Yeah,
no.
that's-
Let's everyone roll perception plus kenning.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this old chestnut again.
Yes, this old chestnut again.
Ah, yes, that's the thing I get -1 difficulty to do. That's good.
Yeah. Perception kenning?
Yes, perception kenning.
I think that's 3 successes.
Wow.
That's a nice roll.
Holy.
That's a good roll too.
Oh yes.
Wow, you're all doing pretty okay here.
Yep. We are very perceptive today.
You're very perceptive. Let's see about Agnes.
It's
There we
called
go.
paranoid, but
Oh,
fine.
no, she's doing them separately, of
Yeah,
course.
she's doing this separately. Yes, there we go. You all get at least 2 successes. Some get 3. That's really good. You all notice something moving. You know, you're in the office or in the kitchen or wherever you are, but you all notice something moving through the hallway. There's a T hallway in the apartment, and this thing seems, whatever it is moving towards what you assume is the living room.
Oh, there's something there. Jonas follows.
Stalky.
So you follow.
Yes.
And,
Quiet.
and you get into the living room, and, well, you can't see anything when you get in there, at least at first. But if you know, as you enter and spread out a little, something topples a chair on the opposite end of the room and tries to escape. Unfortunately, this is a lacquered floor, wooden floor.
Yep.
And whatever it is running on all fours, and has paws with claws on them, and it slips and falls flat. Flop.
Sunny jumps over to look.
It's a dog, but to say that it's purebred would be doing it a disservice. This thing is not, as we say in Denmark, it's not an intersection. This is a roundabout.
So it is a grade A mutt, basically.
Yes, it is a grade A mutt.
Well, hello, pupper.
Hello.
Ah! I have to get used to dogs talking to me.
Hi.
You're right.
You're not here to break in, are you? Well, you're
No.
inside, so you have broken in. Woof woof.
Looking for Cecil.
She's not at home.
I know that.
Who are you?
I'm her dog.
Well, we're her friends, so that
Oh.
should even out.
Okay.
This is my dog. It's
Sir looks at the other dog and makes himself look big. The other dog cowers.
don't bully him. I can't tell the gender.
It's a him.
Well, I can't tell the gender when he's laying on his belly.
No, that's true. Well, he does get up, and he backs away from Sir and cowers a little.
No need to be scared. Sir's the fluffiest thing around.
Way to go and spoil my thunder, your dog says and looks up at you.
What you are? I just have to do this, and then you flop onto your back.
he rolls over on his back and wants belly rubs. Oh,
See?
Damn you! Damn you all! My weakness!
My one weakness, belly scratches.
Give it till the end of give it to the end of the campaign, guys, and Sir the Corgi will be our final boss NPC to fight.
Yes, which is bad because he can give actual aggravated damage with his teeth.
Yes, and Sonny won't be able to bring himself to actually do any harm to him, and that will be our undoing.
Yes.
You well, you have a very scaredy dog in the apartment here. He's like,
So-
I thought you were the nasty lady.
The nasty lady?
Yes, she dresses all in black when she gets here, or sometimes she follows Cecil home from work. And sorry, what did you say? I didn't hear. Out of character.
Who?
I don't know her name, but she's not very nice.
Why would you follow Cecil home?
I think it's because she's giving Cecil orders.
Oh, that's bad. Could you describe her?
Well, she's human.
Sonny sits down and finds a little
She's got
notepad to draw on, basically doing...
Yeah.
Explain to me what they look like.
When was she here last time?
not long. A few days.
A few, is that 2, 3?
I can't count.
Well, if it was a few days ago, probably around the time of the incident, would be the most likely
Well,
correspondence.
Cecil left really quickly afterwards.
Was she home too early?
Yeah, a little. I wasn't hungry yet. I'm normally always hungry when she gets home. I'm hungry now.
All right. Karen.
Has Cecil been acting strangely?
Well, only when the lady has been here, that woman, and then Cecil gets all weird.
Glassy-eyed, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does Cecil ever answer her?
Yeah. She says yes and no.
Hmm.
And I last time she hadn't fed me before she left, and I tried tugging at her trousers, and it didn't work.
Do you have anything here that has that weird lady scent on it?
Well, for me at least, yeah. She was sitting in that couch over there, and there hasn't been anyone sitting in that corner since her.
Sir,
Yeah,
go
right.
and sniff the cushion.
Exactly. Go sniff it.
Sir's already at it.
Just a question, August. How many times can you do the Cronus thing? Can we check 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, until we find her?
Since it's early in the morning, we could take a phone and actually look when she was here early in the morning. At around 8 o'clock. A couple of days ago, that means 2 or 3 days. But since all this has happened, she probably hasn't been here at the mornings, which means it must be the last morning that she was actually home with her phone. So we take her phone, look at her history, see when she was here in the morning with her phone, and then we start from there.
Oh, okay. I mean, like, it's good to know where she is, but like, if we don't know how she looks, then we don't really know what we're dealing with. And then we could be just running head on into scary stuff.
My guess is it's the lady.
But does she have a human shape?
Would you put it past a dragon that powerful?
No, but it's kind of, dangerous to just assume that it's her and then discount any other people who can do the same thing.
Mm.
Of course. It's at least someone who's very skilled at sovereign.
Yes.
August, you can see in time, right?
Yeah.
Can't you just, I don't know, do a dance and look at the couch and see if the one has been sitting there gives off a, how do I put it, dragon-esque vibe?
I'm actually not sure if it works like that. I can try.
All right.
Hey, Duggo, what's your name?
Bula.
Hula.
Yeah.
All right. When were you last fed?
Before yesterday.
So she hasn't been home for a while.
Yeah.
Is this unusual?
Yeah.
All right.
If she has to leave for a while, she usually makes sure that someone comes over to feed me.
All right. And no one has been here since.
Exactly. And, feed me and take me outside. I've made a mess in the bathroom.
It's okay. Where's your food? I'll give you something to eat.
Yes, you're my best friend. He hops over to one of the cupboards and indicates up.
Yeah. He feeds the dog.
Yeah.
Surprisingly according to weight, because he knows that shit.
Yep.
While that happens, Jonas looks to the others and says, if she hasn't been home for a while, and she might be visiting Sarah, we should check on them.
Yes. Okay.
Maybe we should split up again.
And do what?
Check on Sarah.
So, one group checks on Sarah, the other checks this place?
Yeah.
Okay. I already know where Sarah lives.
Oh, that's good. I'm useless here. I can just stand around, so that won't be much help.
Yeah, and if Sarah's not home and August is busy doing the time thing and we need to open the door, I think I should go to Sarah's place with you.
Okay. Well, staying at the apartment last time was useful to me, at least, so I can stick around here.
Alright. I'm bringing both the dogs so he can relieve himself, and Sir has the scent of the weird lady.
I imagine a walk would do both of them quite a bit of good.
Yep.
Yep. The Bula is very, very happy to be let out.
Yep.
He just goes beeline for the nearest lamppost.
Yes.
Poor guy.
At the risk of referencing a terrible, and I quote unquote historical movie, freedom.
And then goes to pee on something.
Yes.
Yes.
So, who stayed behind?
I did.
You did.
And I did.
Okay. Anyone
And
else?
Charlie will stay behind as well.
Okay, so that's three
three.
of you. And the rest are going to go to Sarah's place?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's deal with those of you who stay behind first.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to look backwards.
Okay. Are you going to do a bunk to make it easier?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So what are you doing?
Just give me a second. Using my my clock.
Yep.
Something. And then doing this little artsy piece kind of thing, trying to hypnotize myself.
All right, I'll give you two lower difficulty for that, so you're down to difficulty of 6.
Awesome.
I like that. He's just standing there cross-eyed trying to hypnotize himself.
Yep.
And that means that's Kronos in time.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
There you go. Ooh, that's nice. It's 2 successes.
Yeah.
And you're checking backwards on the couch. Turns out that she was here in the afternoon 3 days ago. And that fits. Time-wise.
Yeah.
Is that the lady in black?
Actually, sorry, it's 4 days ago. And then it fits. Yeah, 4 days. Yes, that's the lady in you can see that's the lady in black. You can also tell as you look back through time. I mean, it's like rewinding at really, really fast speeds. You can tell that Cecil hasn't been home for about 36 hours. But the lady in a black dress is sitting on the couch 4 days ago in the afternoon, and you can tell what time it is because there is a clock on the wall behind her.
And what does that say?
It says it's 10 minutes past 3 in the afternoon.
3:10 p.m. I need to go back and correspond with the timings we had back in session 4. I've got so many notes that I'm cross-examining. I feel like a proper little detective at this point.
How? What time does she leave?
She leaves at about 3:30. You can't really make out what she's saying or talking about, but what you can, August, is as she gets up and starts to walk out, she turns her head and she looks directly at you.
I give a slight bow because if it is the lady, I do not have any idea what kind of power she possesses. So just to be on the safe side, I give a flourish bow.
Yes. There is no reaction for that, but you have no question. There's absolutely no doubt. She's looking directly at you, or she's looking at something that's standing where you are standing now.
Can I take a step to the left and look where I stood?
Yeah. There's nothing there.
And does her eyes follow me?
Yes, they do.
I thought so. Guys, she actually sees through time better than I do, and actually sees what I'm doing.
So what? She's looking at you through time now.
Yeah, actually, part of my vision, she's turning around as she's leaving and looking at me. I took the step to the side, and she's still following me with her eyes.
That means she
can actually see me.
She knows that we're here. She knows that we're going to... She knew that we were going to be here doing this, that you would do what you've done.
Yeah.
How much does she know about what we're doing? How much is she leading us along with or keeping from us?
Well, if we got luck on our side, she knows everything and is laughing her ass off right now.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Charlie,
she leaves. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yes, please.
Charlie writes it up in a text and sends it along to Axe and the rest.
So they know what you've just experienced. Yep.
Be prepared. The lady in black may know that we're snooping about.
Right.
Well, that's a comforting thought.
Oh, jeez.
Yep, and let's hop over to the others for a moment. You get this message, of course, while you're on your way to Sarah's place. She doesn't live that far away. It's maybe 20 minutes on foot.
Well, that's neat.
And, well, when you get there, Yeah, she lives in a house of her own. Like a small suburban house.
Okay, I'm suppose we knock.
Yeah, she comes and opens the door. Oh, hi.
Hi. Are you alone?
Yeah, shouldn't I be?
No.
According to no, shouldn't Cecil be here?
Not that I know of.
Ah, she might actually be missing.
Jesus.
That's bad.
We went to her apartment, and Bula was there, and he hadn't been out for a while. Points at the dog.
Okay.
And in her appointment, it says she was supposed to be with you today.
Yeah, the Bula belts into Sarah's house. I want to stay here until Cecil comes home. Sarah just looks after the dog, is like, okay, I think I just got a temporary dog.
Sorry about that. That was unexpected.
Yeah, it's fine, don't worry, I know him after all. He's just a big softie.
Yeah, he is.
But yeah, Cecil might be missing.
That's bad.
And she is most definitely under some sort of gaze.
That's even worse.
Yeah.
How much do you know of what's happened around here?
I mean, I think I know as much as anyone except you guys. You probably know a lot more than I do, but I'm still trying to compute everything that happened with Julian and so on.
Right, we should probably get you up to speed. Can we come in?
Of course, please. She steps aside so you can enter.
We enter.
Yes. And she brings something to, to drink, some cokes or something.
Thanks.
So, okay. Bring me up to speed.
Well, we found out that Ratigan has been on some kind of geese.
Him too?
Whenever someone offered him something to drink, he would try and run and kill himself.
That's horrible.
And that coincides with when Thomas offered Julian something to drink and went to get something for him.
Okay.
Just to make things even worse, this might be under a geese thing extends to you and Reinhardt too.
That's terrible.
As far as I've gathered from Ratigan, he doesn't remember what he's been doing when he's under this geese. He doesn't remember he ran away from the Winter Court. He doesn't remember that he bolted toward Amma. He only remembers when we catches him.
That's I'm shocked to hear this. This is awful. I can't remember that I have any black spots in my memory.
No one really can.
Okay, but there's a chance that I'm affected by something similar, you say?
Yeah. Because you felt that weird thing while you were waiting at the car, right?
Yes.
What you felt might have been the lady.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That's awful. I have no particular wish to have anything to do with her.
No, but it's a little weird. Cecil has been gone for quite a while, and according to Bula, looks over at the dog, probably cowering somewhere.
He's currently hiding under the living room table.
Yep. A strange lady have been coming and going with her and told her things like orders, and Cecil has been glassy-eyed and said yes and no.
Right. Well, that does sound that is obviously, yeah. I mean, that kind of speaks for itself, doesn't it?
Yeah. And since I believe we did tell you about times not adding up.
Yeah, you have mentioned that.
That might be due to the geese that you could be under.
I see. I'm
Difference being what actually triggers it.
We're guessing their phone might be the trigger. Somehow.
It could be, but that doesn't explain why Reinhardt actually called people before he got a call from Julian.
Oh, this is a mess.
not unless, she says, not unless the geese had been placed on him too, and basically whoever set it off just called him, and he, I don't know, began a little early?
Maybe?
I don't know. She said, I mean...
I don't know either.
This is quite scary, to be honest with you guys.
It is.
Or maybe he
Case-
wasn't early.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear that.
Maybe he wasn't early, but just like stuff needed to get done in an amount of time, and then to sort of hide that amount of time, the time difference happens.
Right. That's possible. That it all had to sort of fit into a short window. But
Yeah, when the opportunity was there.
yeah.
So, yeah, maybe the like we assume that the lady has been visiting everyone under or influenced by these geese. Then it's kind of a domino effect that you place the geese and then you just get someone to trigger them and then triggers all the rest.
That is a good idea, actually. That's a good theory. But I have a thought.
Yeah?
Why Julian?
Well, if you look at it, Julian was a she.
Yeah.
He had very strong ties with Reinhardt,
Yeah.
who has to protect all of Bornholm.
Yeah. That's...
And having Thomas do it puts him in a very bad lighting. And if they had just gone with the merciless thing that some says the Duchess has, he would have been off. Reinhardt would have been in tatters. Bornholm would have been in tatters. And the commoners would have been easy pickings.
Yeah, that's... I agree. I agree, but I just can't help wonder... I mean... It just seems so weird. I mean, Julian was completely harmless.
Maybe not. Maybe he knew something. How much did Ratigan and Julian talk? Do you know?
A bit. I mean, we used to hang out together, after all. So
Maybe Julian started to believe Ratigan.
You could ask him, couldn't you?
He's so gone, I don't think I can wake him up. He opens his back and looks into it.
Ratigan kind of, opens one little ratty eye and looks up at you and then rolls over on the other side.
Nope. He's still out of commission.
Fair. But that could be it.
I mean, if anything, Julian would have heard a lot of stuff. People, maybe because he was harmless, or believed him to be harmless, people talked. And he heard something he shouldn't have.
I mean, it could also be just because he's a she. But yeah, there might be something more to it. I agree.
I'm just suggesting it anyway. She says, I obviously... I don't know much. I mean, he hadn't been part of the Windsor Court for that long. He was just...
What about his family? Did he have any?
That's a good question. He never spoke of them.
Might be worth looking into.
What house was he of?
Come to think of it, I think he was House Dougal.
Oh,
Oh, right.
What? That sounds serious.
Uh, yeah,
that would explain a lot.
a big lot. We've come across the name Dougal quite a lot, and it's not for something good.
Oh,
They were very invested in the whole war,
right.
the Resurgence War.
Yeah.
Bit overzealous.
Bit overzealous, and they did their duty, really did it, and a lot of trolls died because of it.
Okay, I think maybe it's a good idea to look into his relations with his house.
That might
Yeah.
be a good idea.
But if I'm not mistaken, wouldn't that, in this world, where tradition is almost everything, and we are thinking about a dragon with a very, 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 very bad vengeance going on thing, wouldn't the name House Dougal be enough for her to be angry at him?
That's possible. I don't... I mean, I can't really pretend to know what goes on in the head of the lady.
Me neither. It's just I'm trying to, she has a big vengeance thing going on
Yeah, she does.
that got her to work together with the Shadow Court to begin with.
True.
The Duchess it doesn't matter.
The Duchess doesn't matter?
Not that. It's just she's a little annoyed with the Duke.
Oh. She smirks a little and says, I would pay good money to be a fly on the wall when that comes up.
If whoever would be listening to her loud words with him wouldn't just scare the shit out of us.
That's quite possible. She, when they're angry, are quite terrifying.
Yep.
So I've heard.
Yeah, please don't ever get angry at me, Jonas.
Don't make me angry. I can't promise that, but sure.
So, I think
Yeah.
while you are sitting there and contemplating that, it's a good time to take our first break.
Perfect.